Today I want to take you along with me as I plan out our homeschool week. Honestly, it doesn't have to take any more than 10 to 15 minutes with an open and go curriculum. Homeschool planning does not have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to be complicated. Let me show you how I personally go about planning. My name is Kristen. Welcome to my channel, Fearlessly Loved, where I talk about all things homeschooling, family, and faith, and where I hope to leave you a little bit more encouraged on your journey. If you like this video, press the like button, leave a comment below, and press the subscribe button and the little bell icon to let you know when I put out new videos. I'm gonna be creating a lot more content on a weekly basis, so be watching out for that. I have a daughter who is 7 years old. She is about to go into second grade, and this is our first year homeschooling. We are homeschooling year-round. It has been amazing and fun and beautiful, and we have good days and not so good days, but it has been a blessing. We jumped in because of the pandemic, and it is something that I'm committed to. It's working out for us, and we want to continue. Today I want to talk about how I personally plan, the way that's worked for me. I know that there's a lot of different kinds of styles that they use, whether that's having a checklist style that I use, whether it's actual scheduling in blocks, or looping schedules, or just free-flowing. Honestly, I wish that I was more of a free-flowing homeschool mom, but my personality is such that I like to have a structure in place. Schedules don't work for me, they're too stressful, but for me, I need to have some kind of baseline or goal for the week, structure in place. I love checking off boxes. At the same time, I am not confined to this plan. We are not restricted. If we do not check off a box on a day, we are good. We just push it off to the next day or the next day or the next week, or maybe we don't even get to it at all, and that's okay. That's the beauty of homeschooling. The beauty of homeschooling is that we get to do whatever we want, whatever is fun, whatever helps our children learn in the best way that fits them. If something's not working, if a lesson isn't working for the day, out of a certain curriculum, switch it to a game, teaching the same exact thing. It's just been working for us. Really simple, really easy, no need to fear. I know that was something that I was overwhelmed as I was thinking about, do I jump into homeschooling or not? That's the amazing part about these curriculums, is that they just make it so easy. The open and go makes it so easy. Honestly, you don't have to plan anything. If you have open and go curriculums, you can do zero planning and you are golden. But again, I like to have that. I like to check. That's my thing. So let's flip the camera around and I'll show you how I do this. Okay, so this is the printable that I use, that Megan Phillips, her YouTube is Megan Phillips. She created a video a few years ago, and thankfully she has these available on her blog, on her website at Homeschool 101. I will link that below. There are a lot of planning materials on there, all free. A new updated calendar for the 2021-2022 school year. So what I do to begin, I have it's just my daughter Zoe. She's going into second grade next year. So we are doing the week of 7, 12, 21. There's space up here if you have anything special going on during that week. So we do our Bible studies on Tuesday. And next I will just go ahead and put all the subjects in. So we start out with our morning. Then we have math, and honestly, we do not follow any kind of order. This is just the order that I use on here every week to make it consistent, but we skip around all the time usually. We have our ELA, and then I add another ELA option as well, ELA 2. Okay, so I do one subject at a time. So starting with morning, every day unless we decide to skip it, we do the calendar where she updates us on the day, and she writes in her notebook the date just to get practice writing the date. And then on Monday, I'm sure you homeschool moms know what Monday mornings are all about. We like to start with a game, an icebreaker to school on Mondays. Let's see, we'll do maybe a worksheet or the summer bridges as some morning work, workbook, summer bridges workbook, and maybe, let's see, we'll do another game on the 4th day. And again, so I don't have these, this isn't specific to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We do homeschool 4 days a week, which I love because it gives us that extra flexibility to, we also are co-owners at a cafe. So if I have to be in a meeting one day during a week, or if something comes up with my parents, or, we don't necessarily do school Monday through Thursday every single week. Actually, that rarely happens where it's the same every week. So this is, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 of the week. So moving on to math. So from here, I usually do one subject at a time. So these are all lessons from Right Start Math. So we left off. So what I do is I reference last week. So last week we ended on lesson 100. So that means we will pick up on lesson 101, 102, 103, and 104. Another easy subject is ELA. So we use the good and the beautiful. Again, it is another curriculum that is completely open and go. And I'll go ahead and reference last week. So we did ELA 60, 61. We didn't get to 62. And this is the great thing. I know I just added this in here, Illustory. This is I'll have to do a video on this specifically once she gets her book back, but it's a really, really neat way to get your kids to start writing their own books. They send you the templates to write and illustrate their story. They give you a little booklet to help get you brainstorming and planning and thinking about what you want to write about. They write the book, they illustrate it, you send it in. It's the whole thing from beginning to end is $23 on Amazon, and you get it back in a few weeks, and you have a book, hardcover book that your child created. So she's been begging me to do this. So last minute, like today actually, I decided, you know what, let's skip our regular, we skipped some of our things here, handwriting and our ELA lesson. Let's just focus on this Illustory today. And she had a blast starting, a couple of her pages of her book that she's writing about California. So again, I say all that to say, just because this is a checklist doesn't mean that you're married and committed to everything on here. So we didn't do lesson 62. So I will start with lesson 62 next week. 63, 64, and 65. All right, and again, a lot of times math. We will only get through half of the lesson. If she's having a hard time or if her attention span isn't there, we will you know, do half of lesson 101 on one day and then do lesson 101 on the second day too, and then everything will get pushed, you know. So sometimes that happens as well. Okay, so we'll move on to Bible. So for Bible, we're kind of doing like an here and there kind of eclectic Bible. We have nothing set in stone. Sometimes we go on YouTube. Sometimes I do a Jesus Calling devotional on my Kindle app on my phone. Sometimes we watch Bethel Kids. It could be read the Bible. The one thing that we have been using every other week, or you know, here and there, monthly or so, is we are doing the Beautiful Feet curriculum, teaching character through literature and picture books. So let's do that. We didn't use it last week, so let's use it for next week. What I'll do is grab that curriculum, go to the lessons, and we did lesson 11, Brave Irene. For next week, for Bible, we'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'll write that in, and I'll note to put that book on hold at the library. Okay, so let's move on to ELA 2. So now here, this is when I may pull out her ELA curriculum and look at what she's doing specifically on what day, and if there is one day where she's doing a lot of writing, then maybe on that same day I will do something that doesn't incorporate too much writing for ELA 2. So let's go to lesson 62, and this is something that I just like to do. So I'll reference lesson 62. There isn't a whole lot of writing at all. It seems to be a pretty simple lesson. So I'll put something like maybe spelling, because spelling, we do couple worksheets with spelling where she'll be writing a lot. Okay, let's see, the next lesson. There's some writing here. So actually it works really well if she does Tuesday, second day is going to be a Bible study day. We like to do Explode the Code in the car. So we will do some Explode the Code in the car. Doing some car schooling. That's a new word that I heard within the past couple weeks. I learned about car schooling. Hey, why not? Saves time. So we'll do Explode the Code on Tuesday, and then maybe more spelling on the third day, and handwriting on the last day. Okay, now moving on to our science curriculum. What I'll do is I'll flip to the next science chapter that we're learning about, and let's see, there's usually a checklist of things that we need, so I'll check this out. We have a sink, we have fork and a spoon, we have paper, scissors, glue, crayon, yes, we have glue, crayons, glitter optional. Hey, we don't have glitter. Not sure that that's something that I'll want to bring into our science lesson, so I'll just write here so I don't use this part of it. I'll just cross this out, and down here I write items that I need to purchase for the week. So I'll put glitter in here, you know, just to put it there. Do I think that I will actually go to the store and buy glitter? Probably not, if it's optional. So what I'll do is I will go to the pages for every day and look at, so this is, the first day is 261 to 264. So we'll do page 261 261 to 264 on the first day. We won't do science on Tuesday because we have our Bible study. And that is our science for the week. Next up is social studies. I think that because this is geography and social studies, we alternate 1 week on and 1 week off. So last week we did our social studies. Next week we will continue, actually we will start a new country. Zoe is so excited. We just wrapped up South America and we are journeying to Europe over the next few months in our Beautiful Feet Around the World Part 2 curriculum. So this is Beautiful Feet. I already checked out a bunch of the books from the library that we'll need from that curriculum. So Beautiful Feet, France, and we'll be doing lesson 1, lesson 2, awesome. No social studies, other, I think we're good. And that's it for next week. So what I'll do is I'll highlight each subject to make everything stand out. And then highlight the check marks. So there you have it. That's what I do. Usually every Sunday I do this. It takes 10 to 15 minutes to go through this. This is from last week that we just completed, and what I'll do here actually is I'll cross that off. I like to create a list of library books that we read. Then what I do, I put this new sheet and I put this new sheet in my notebook where I keep all my weekly plans here, and I just log them all in. And I have a record of every week. Then what I'll do, I will go to my calendar. This is another, so this is 2020 and 2021. This is an attendance record that Megan Phillips also has as a free printable that you could print out. I'll link that below as well. And I already did it. So the green is when Zoe has school. So we took Wednesday off this week, and I'll make sure that I record her attendance. But basically that's all I do when it comes to planning. If you like this video, make sure you let me know, and I will see you on the next video.